Hey everyone, this is Structures Steve again, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the single rebar set tool, one of the most important custom reinforcement tools in ProConcrete. Alright, so this is going to be the first video of our single rebar set series here. Single rebar set tool is probably one of my favorite tools in ProConcrete, pretty close with the regular dispatch tool here. You'd think it's the normal grid of reinforcement, like a mat, like an XY direction mat of reinforcement, but you'd be surprised at how much you can use it for different things. And we could probably use this tool to model 90% of the bars in like bridge piers, footings, columns, caps, and some of the regular geometry we have. So really versatile. We're going to show the basics of it, and then we'll dive into some more actual real-world applications of like some bridge pier reinforcement with it. Now, the one thing that it makes this tool so good is that it is very user-friendly for the face-based rebar, which is a good method, kind of one of my preferred methods for when the concrete updates, the faces update automatically, and then inherently your rebar updates automatically. So we're not going to dive too far into these tools here yet. I'll just kind of do a simple associative extraction first to start off with to kind of show this tool here. But we'll just go ahead and do that. I'll do associative extraction. I'll just say, negative 40 foot. And I'll just extract the face downward here. So this is going to be my guidelines. So this is basically what the single rebar set tool needs. It needs some kind of polyline, closed polygon to use. So go and click on the tool. And kind of similar to some of the other tools we've seen, tabs up here. First one's the main reinforcement, lap options, end conditions, option, and assignment. This is all very common for every one of these tools pretty much. So we'll focus on this video on the main reinforcing tab here. Now, concrete cover, vertical, and side. Let's kind of see what that looks like here. I'm just going to go ahead and put in some general reinforcement here, some default settings. 1 foot spacing, that's probably fine. We'll just kind of put some bars in here. So I'm going to select this concrete define poly button here. I like this one. I'll select the concrete, and then I'll select the outline here. And then I see the mat reinforcement here. So let's go to first a top view. And we can kind of see what the side cover is. The side cover is kind of as you'd expect, the cover on the side here. So if I measure this, that's going to be 3 inches. Just like I have right here on the side. If I bring that to 0, it's going to have 0 cover on the side. So this is going to be our normal side cover here. Vertical offset, I usually leave this alone because it lets the bar rest on top of the guideline. So I kind of know where my bars are going to be if I always leave this at 0. So it's going to be relative to the guideline. So if I put something in here though, say I put 2-inch offset, then it's just going to put that bar 2-inch offset from that guideline there. So again, I usually this is 0. I always know where my bars are going to be at relative to this guideline here. Now the next thing we got done here, same thing as the regular dispatch, bar size, the material, the layout. These are pretty self-explanatory. Bar size, again, if I want to say that these are probably the Y bars into the page here. So if I wanted to bump that up to like a number 11 bar, we do that. If the bottom one, when I go to 11 bar, it changes this and obviously repositions the bar on top of it there. I could say I want no reinforcement in the, let's say, X direction. Let's try that. And then what that does is that'll only have the bars in the Y direction, and it'll drop it down to where the guideline's at. When I put the bar back in there, then it kind of puts that back underneath this one here. Again, materials we went over in previous videos. I'm not going to go over that again. And layout here, I typically kind of leave these in the way they are, like round up. There's a lot of different options you can have in here that, again, I'm not going to get into the details of because they're mostly kind of the same. Again, you can always go to that help document like I showed in previous videos to look some of these ones up here. I'm just going to kind of show the key points of this tool here. But we're going to go ahead and pause this video here, and we're going to pick up in the next video with how to do the spacings for this tool. And that's it for this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a like and make sure you subscribe so that you get notifications when the next video in the series comes out. Thanks for watching.